Welcome to the Student Disability Resource Center at Georgia College and State University. Today's tutorial will be over how to complete a semester request. For the purpose of this tutorial, we will be using a test student. You will be taken to your home page inside of Accommodate. On the left side, click on Accommodation, Semester Request, and Add New. You will see the list of accommodations for which you have been approved. Scroll down and choose the semester. On the right-hand side, you will see the classes that you are registered for that semester. Click on Review the Renewal. At this point, you will see all of your accommodations listed out, and you will need to go through and uncheck the classes that you don't need for the accommodation. If you don't need the accommodation altogether, you will remove the accommodation. Let's walk through this example student's accommodations together. First, we have a non-programmable calculator. This is a math accommodation, so we can take it off of any of the classes that are not a math class. Next, we have note-taking assistance. You will need to uncheck any courses for which you do not want this accommodation. Now, since Art and Ideas is an online class, we are going to uncheck that. So please note, if you have any classes that are online, you will not need a note taker for those classes because your professor is going to post the PowerPoints or their notes or the lectures online. Either way, something will be posted, so we don't need notes for online classes. Now you also need to look at your classes and see if you don't think you'll need a note taker. If not, uncheck. Writing classes normally do not have very many notes, so we're going to uncheck that one as well. At this point, you need to pause and read the entire note taker request confirmation statement. This confirms that you are selecting only the courses for which you need a note taker. Next, we have foreign language course substitution. That is something that does not apply to any of these classes, so we're going to remove it altogether. Please note, this does not take the accommodation from your record. All it does is it takes it off the semester request. Next, we have distraction-reduced test room. That is something we want for all of our classes, so we're going to leave it checked. Note that Accommodate automatically checks all classes for each accommodation. That is why it is very important to go through carefully when reviewing your semester request before submitting it to our office. Next, we have spell check. We are going to leave this for all of the classes. Extended time on tests and quizzes. We're going to leave this one checked for all of the classes as well. Formula sheet is a math and science accommodation, so we will uncheck it for the classes that are not math or science classes. Priority registration is one of our accommodations, but it's not something we need on the semester request since it doesn't apply to any specific class. We're going to remove that accommodation. The same goes for books in digital format. It is an accommodation that we're approved for, but it's not something we need that applies to any specific class. So we're going to go ahead and remove this accommodation as well. At this point, we have finished reviewing our accommodations for the semester request, and we can click Submit. At this point, our office is notified of your semester request, and we will send an accommodation letter to you as well as each of your professors. And that's all.